The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including the BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Hello again, everyone, live from University School of Jackson Gymnasium. It's good to be with you once again for Bruin basketball. Tonight, the Bruins and Lady Bruins will be tangling with Tipton Rosemark Academy, and we had that game for you when these two teams met 2 weeks ago down at TRA, and it was a dominating performance by the Lady Bruins, 74-7. This is a very inexperienced team from Tipton Rosemark, and it's a program that is really just getting off the ground. So you will probably see all of the Lady Bruins in the lineup tonight at one time or another, and probably earlier than later. Of course, Tuesday night when we were last with you, the Lady Bruins, they had themselves a real challenge from Jackson Christian, but big third quarter. And oftentimes in both college and high school basketball, when they play in quarters, the third quarter is often the one where a team moves, and that, again, was what happened with the Lady Bruins in their 54-43 victory over the Lady Eagles. And this is a team headed by Joel and Ashley Ayers that just seems to be getting better and better with every single game. You're going to be hearing a lot about Halen Ayers. She had 21 points this past Tuesday night, and this eighth grader she is an absolute all-conference, all-star, everything you want to say about her. She is top of the line, and just to think she's got 4 more years of varsity play. And then Ava Barham has just stepped up in the post and has had a fantastic run. She got in foul trouble on Tuesday night, did not play but about 17 minutes in the game, but still came up with 11 points. And she's just been terrific getting behind the defenders and going in for some easy layups underneath. And she's showing tremendous promise. And this junior at the post, she is, I think, going to be an outstanding, dominating player. Over for TRA, you have got an entire group here that, once again, they only have one senior on the team, and that is Alexis Phillips. She's a guard. And as we had talked to Coach Bryant Wilkinson, he said he and his staff, they are just literally at the foundation level for this girls basketball program. It was a contest that 2 weeks ago, USJ got off to a 19-0 lead in the first quarter, and it was 43-4 at halftime. And by the time we got to the fourth quarter, it was a constant running clock. Which is when you have a lead of 30 or more, that's what's going to happen. And it was just really a tough night all the way around. But they are not going to give any quarter when it comes to the situation that involves the all-court pressure that you're going to see from them, and you always do from this USJ team. Also, for the Lady Bruins, Stella Spencer at the guard, that senior who will go after every loose ball, crash into every seat if she has to, the tremendous speed that she has. Carly Hayes, a senior at forward, and she had some outstanding minutes on Tuesday night against Jackson Christian. In fact, Carly came away with 2 big three-pointers in that contest. And then Mia Powell, Again, you talk about speed on this ball club. This junior guard, she had 7 points this past Tuesday night. Ellen Driver, who also delivered from the free throw line Tuesday night, all of her points came from the line. Ellen was 7 of 8 from the free throw line. So this is a team that I just think they're working together in sync more and more, and certainly Joel and Ashley have a lot to be proud of with this team, and I know you folks at home, we say hello, as we always do, to all the moms, dads, grandpas, grandmas, aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers and sisters, and good friends who can't be here in person but have an opportunity to watch us here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. And tonight, we should be giving you, I think, a lot to spotlight about this USJ team against Tipton Rosemark. We're going to take a break, and then we will come back when the starting lineups are introduced for these two teams. So everybody, grab yourself a little bit of hot chocolate or whatever else you got nearby. Keep it very close and sip on it while you watch the game tonight, and we will be back with the opening introductions of the starting lineups right after these important messages from our fine sponsors.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's body shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Steve Beverly back live with you here at USJ, and we're about to have the introduction of the starting lineups tonight for both of these teams. And Tipton Rosemark will be introduced first. And this school that, again, as we told you, has really struggled this year because they are in a beginning foundation of everything. Bryant Wilkinson, he said, you know, this is one of those things that you have to be patient with it. It is largely a softball-oriented school, and he has a lot of players on this team that had never played basketball before. And now the lights dim. The spectacle begins. The spotlight chases, and it's time to introduce the Lady Bruins. Here's Mia Powell. Halen Ayers. Ava Barham. Carly Hayes. And Stella Spencer. We had to come up with a nickname. Stella would be Little Miss Lightning because she is so deceptive because she's the shortest one out of the starting lineup, but she has speed to burn. And we are about set to go. Hope you're going to be with us for both of these games tonight. The boys will hit the floor about 15 minutes after we finish this girls' game tonight. And USJ, again, hoping to continue the winning ways that they've been very, very strong over the last 3 weeks. They've just been really dominating against their opponents. And when they were pushed this past week on Tuesday night against Jackson Christian, they did not panic. They continued to stay really strong in the fold, and it's going to be Ava Barham to jump it against Alice Sigler, who is the junior post player. And the tip goes over to the Lady Bruins, and it's Halen Ayers. You're going to see a battle, a little bit of a push against Ava Barham there. I don't think she's going to go for that a lot. And there they go to Ava, wide open underneath, but they lose it in a turnover. That's a rarity right off the bat. She was in between two defenders. Now watch him double team the ball. Here goes the first steal of the game. And going for the bomb. Yep, that was pushed a little bit left. Rebound comes off to Brooke Harrison. They're going to work around the perimeter. Oh, I tell you, Mia Powell wanted to get herself a steal, and if she had grabbed that one, it would have been goodbye. The only real hope this TRA team has. And that one rips across, and they get the follow. And timeout called by Joel Ayers right off the bat as Alice Sigler comes up with the first basket. So we'll take timeout. TRA leads it 2-0.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
There's no doubt in my mind Joel Ayers called that timeout immediately, barely a minute into this contest, to settle this team down because he didn't like what he saw. And so let's see how they play it out of that timeout. And from the corner, the three, and it's off the mark once again. And the rebound comes off to Alexis Phillips. And Stella Spencer chasing hard. Here's a bomb, not there, and they scramble, and they give them an offensive rebound. Traveling called, and so got our second turnover against the Lady Rebels. And let's see how Joel Ayers is going to play this one. And that one was, they were trying to get it inside to Ava Barham. It was knocked away, but back into the hands of Stella Spencer. And they go to Ava, and Ava just goes right around her defender. And that's what they needed to open this thing up. They had a difficult time, did TRA, against the press of this Bruin team. And you got a 5-second clock violation there. They could not move it between the area that's designated, and so that is turnover number 3. Now, when Halen Ayers gets a mindset to it, she can take over a game as she has on several occasions this season. That one just about went off the hands, and it did hit the end line for Carly Hayes, and so this has been a little bit of a ragged open to this game for the Lady Bruins. I have no doubt whatsoever that they'll settle it down. They're in that all-court press. Not pressing as intently, but once they get across midcourt, and timeout is called by Bryant Wilkinson after that double team, so we'll take a break. We're all tied up at 2.
We are a team composed of highly skilled physical therapists with new school treatment approaches and old school customer service principles. We are a community presence because we know our foundation rests in relationship building and involvement. We are leaders in this industry, and we're putting in time daily to develop that aspect of thinking. We're more than a business. We're a team composed of individuals governed by a set of core values. We're more than a physical therapy company. We're a movement in the profession. We are your premier physical therapy team in West Tennessee.
When these two teams met the first time at this stage of the game with 5:11 to go, USJ was already up 8-0. And we've got an early deadlock here and very low scoring. And Tipton Rosemark does not seem to be as bothered by the all-court press as they were when they gave up 24 turnovers in that first meeting between these two weeks ago. Oh, my goodness, right behind the defenders. That was not expected at all, and Alice Sigler has both baskets. Yep, that one was one that unquestionably, that was a bump by Brooke Harrison, and she commits her first foul of the game. Lady Bruins to play it on the side, trailing 4-2. All right, let's see how Mia sets it up. They'd love to be able to continue to get it inside to Ava Barham. Even though she's giving away some height to Sigler, she has so much more range that she can get behind Sigler. And there you go. Turnaround is not there. And the rebound comes off to Zadie Rayburn. And on the steal, it is Ava Barham and the foul. So that's what you usually expect. Ava's got all 4 of the Lady Bruins points tonight. Short on that free throw, but here you go. Halen Ayers with that offensive rebound. And they go inside to Ava again. Yep, easy one. She's going to be unstoppable tonight. There's no doubt in my mind whatsoever. And there you go, another steal. And overshooting it was Carly Hayes. But Halen Ayers with that jumper of 3 that's not there. And they chase it, and it's going to go back to TRA. They had 2 really good opportunities under it. No, they change it around, and they say it's going to go back to the Lady Bruins. And the big long 3 is not there. They've had some problems from outside tonight. And the foul. That's not a shooting foul, so Stella Spencer, they've got her over in the corner of the lineup, and they missed both of them. Brooke Harrison finally comes down with a rebound. Trying to get through the defenders, and timeout is called by Bryant Wilkinson once again. So we got 3:31 remaining, and the Lady Bruins are on top, 6-4. Back with more after this.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way. Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Well, at least in this first 4.5 minutes, it is not the same game that we had 2 weeks ago on TRA's home court, because first quarter was 19-0, Lady Bruins. And here you go. Halen Ayers, let's see if she can hold on to it. And she gets it all the way. That was one of those goodbyes once Halen got it. She struggled a little bit with the going off the side of her leg there, but she managed to make it work. So that's Halen's first basket of the game. So far, USJ has picked 6 of their 8 points off of turnovers from the Lady Rebels. And that's been a big problem for them. TRA has already given up 6 turnovers in this first quarter. And that's going to be a reach-in foul on Stella Spencer. So they will play it over on the side. And now Bryant Wilkinson going with a bit of a smaller lineup. This is basically what he's got in there is a 5-guard lineup right now, but has some more shooting ability. And Ellen Driver is in there playing the post for the Lady Bruins. And that one's going to go back. It was knocked out by by Stella Spencer. And Stella's going to check out now, and coming in is Sophie King. As I mentioned, just about this entire unit for the Lady Bruins may get in the game in the first half. And this is important for them to get as much game action as possible so they can be toughened up for when they are needed later on. And that was a pass that just simply went by the boards over into the stands over in the home side. And so that is turnover number 7. And they're going to walk it all the way to the opposite side and got an issue with the basketball, and so Ashley Ayers is trying to clean it off. Got a good turnout again tonight, and folks are still trickling in for this opener of the doubleheader this evening. Not going to see a huge turnout over from the Tipton Rosemark side. They did not have a big turnout at the game when we were there 2 weeks ago. But this has been particularly last Friday night when we had the Trinity and USJ doubleheader. Boy, was that an atmosphere to remember. It was one of the great high school games that I've been to in a long, long time, the way the fans were in it from the very beginning for both teams. All right, here goes Mia trying to see if she can generate some more offense. And we're getting down to about the 2:20 mark in this first quarter of play. Halen for a big bomb. Nope, and again, she's struggling from outside tonight. And here you go. Picking it back up again is Sophie King. And they go inside. Ellen with a turnaround off the back of the iron that was unkind, but it is Carly Hayes who commands it. There you go. Finally getting a 3. And losing it on the edge, and so it goes back once again, and it's just piling up, turnover after turnover. You know, it's just, I know it has to be frustrating for them at this stage of their program, but this is where you learn all the important lessons about how to challenge teams that just have absolutely more talent and experience than you do. And another big bomb 3 is there. That net hardly moved for Ellen Driver. 12 points off turnovers now, and they go to the deck. Jump ball, and the alternate possession will go back to the Lady Rebels. So USJ's finally gotten off the deck. They're now 2 out of 5 after missing their first 3 from behind the arc this evening, and still just mowing them down with that press. And Halen almost got a hold of it. This is going to be a 10-second violation at least. They scramble for it. Uh-oh, they are about to get this one in a layup underneath, and it goes. Maddie Watkins, and that was one of those that you just absolutely didn't expect it to go like that. Halen shoots a long cross-court pass. And we got a pushing foul that's called away from the ball. And referee Mona Miller going over. Maddie Watkins is charged with that one. 4 team fouls against TRA. USJ's only committed 1 in the entire first quarter. And we're under 1 minute to go. Here goes Halen down the baseline with that jumper. When she gets that house of fire going, it is hard to stop her. And that press is doing everything, and there's another steal. And in the corner, going for the 30. That was just a little bit right. We could see it from where we were. Our vantage point is high atop everything in this gym, but they cough it up, and it's going to go back in the other direction. So they got just a shade under 18 seconds to try to navigate a basket here. And wide open for the 3. In and out. She was robbed. Ava Barham with the offensive board and tries to bank it through. It doesn't go. They got to hurry. Going to put it up. No, it's short. But no matter, Lady Bruins, after a struggling first 3.5 minutes, comfortably ahead now 16-6 as we take a break at the end of the first quarter, and we'll be back with the next 8 minutes right after this.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's, for your life.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Lady Bruins with the first possession of the second quarter, on top by 10. Steve Beverly here with you on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. And open for the three. Yes! Lily Teague nails one. And USJ is getting a little bit more proficient now. 3 out of 7 from behind the arc for 43%. And that press is now giving all kinds of fits to TRA, but they're going to charge. And it appears that's going to be on Ellen Driver. And that's her first foul. A 19-6 lead for the Lady Bruins. They led 43-4 at halftime when these two teams met 2 weeks ago. And going to the deck, tipped away, and it's going to stay in the hands of the Lady Rebels. My good friend Jim Campbell and his wife have just shown up just to our left tonight. Good to see him out for tonight's game. They're having to hurry to get one in, and the question is, did it go off of the knee of Haley Bishop? They say no, so it's going to be Zadie Rayburn to toss it in. And it's just so hard against this defense, and that's another example of that, trying to find the open player. And when you're trapped in the corner like that, you can't just throw a pass out to the crowd. 12 turnovers now for TRA. There goes Stella with it. And again, you look at how this team has so much motion going all the time. And underneath, Ava Barham got right behind Sigler, and Ava now with 8 in the game. And here's a steal all the way down for the layup. Nothing giving anything for Lily Teague, and timeout is called by Tipton Rosemark. So, how about this? 7-0 run here to start the second quarter as the Lady Bruins are up 23-6.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, it's now asserting your will in this game, and after somewhat of a lackadaisical first 3.5 minutes, the wake-up call has come for the Lady Bruins, and they're up 17 with 6:34 to go here in the second quarter. And this just shows you the kind of dominance that this team can put on the floor when they absolutely put their minds to it. And so far in tonight's game, Ava Barham is the game leader with 8. Lily Teague has picked up 5 and 4 for Halen Ayers. And there you go, that big height. Ava Barham just taking one away again. The 14th turnover and the 3 from the corner for Carly Hayes. 23 points off turnovers. And another one. They just mount up. It's almost like watching dominoes fall. From the corner, the 3 just a little bit too much for Lily Teague. And there's all kinds of a scramble, and the Lady Bruins come up with it. Quick passing that you see right here, and Ava's going to turn and fire and connect. Well, I told you I thought this was going to be Ava's night, and it certainly has been so far. She's got 10 of USJ's 28 points, and look at that double team. And traveling is called. The misery mounts. And the Lady Bruins are just, it's almost like you're watching a machine now. They are just surgically going through defensively. 16 turnovers now they have already forced, and we're not even halfway through our second quarter. Wide open, Stella Spencer puts the high arcing 3. Just a little bit too much on it, but the offensive rebound to Lily Teague. And going again, Lily. It's short again this time. And a crash. And Mona Miller's going over to announce the fall. So to toss it in will be Brooke Harrison. And it has been an 18-0 run, 18 unanswered points for the Lady Bruins with this 28-6 lead. And here we go once again, very, very quickly down the floor. And that precision passing. Nice job defensively by Allie Willis, sophomore guard for Tipton Rosemark. And you got wholesale substitutions checking in. Kate Payne is in the game now. They got Mia Powell back in, Lily Teague. And at the post, it's Demise Salih. And they go continuing around the perimeter, but they would love to get it inside to Salih. Also, Mia Spellings is in. She's a freshman guard. So they are getting the whole bench involved in this one. And there you go. Salih beats her defender easily on the inside. 27 points off turnovers in the first half alone. And that one just went right out of the hands of Allie Willis. From the corner, the bomb. It rims off. And it goes right back in the hands, and going up high for that, Lily Teague will have a couple. So Lily has had herself a first half as well. And just goes off. The iron was unkind. And checking in now for the Rebels is Addie Thorpe, sophomore guard. And Lily got the proper arc on that one. She has 6. And Mona says, got to get it back over here before we toss it in. And that one's going nowhere. And driving the baseline, thought about going inside for it, was Ellen Driver. Now the big bomb. No, just too far right. And Salih on the follow. So she's come in and picked up a couple of good baskets. 30 points now off turnovers. And over and back violation. As we say, this has to be extremely frustrating for this team. 23 unanswered points. And the Lady Bruins just keep stacking it up and pouring it on. And we still have 3.5 to go here in the first half. And in the corner, they're open. Almost all these guards are open for a three, but they're just looking for a screen that can make the shot much easier. Kate Payne with it in the corner. And Ellen's going to try to, double dribble. She hesitated a bit with that first dribble and then picked it up again. So Ellen commits only the 6th turnover of this first half for the Lady Bruins. But these younger players are also getting some experience with the press. And that one goes astray. And here they come on the bicycle. And the screen is there. The three is up and in for Ellen Driver. 33 points off turnovers. And sub checking back in. They're going to get Zadie Rayburn back in for TRA. And I would love to paint a more competitive picture here, but for you folks at home that are watching, there's just no way we can. And they work the perimeter again. Again, they're trying the discipline in their offense, and I can see what they're trying to do underneath. Left hand does not go. And the rebound comes off to Salih. From the corner, the three. Nope, not quite there. But Lady Bruins have been more proficient than they were in the early going of this game. Little jumper finally goes through and ends that 26-point run by the Lady Bruins. Alexis Phillips connects. And the three just goes off. And the rebound to Alexis Phillips. So we're down to a minute and a half, a 36-8 lead for the Lady Bruins. If you want to look at something, if you're a TRA fan and looking for a bright spot, you've got double the number of points you had against this team in the first half 2 weeks ago. And underneath, and it's there, and the foul. So Alice Sigler comes through. She has 6 of the 10 points for this Lady Rebel team. And an opportunity for their first 3-point play of the game. They've already scored more than they did in the entire contest down in Somerville. Lady Bruins quickly down the floor, getting that tempo up once again. They go to the inside. Salih is open, and no call on that one. So it is Tipton Rosemark slowly bringing it back down. Almost knocked away by Salih. And they're going to scramble. It's going to be a jump ball, and alternate possession stays in the hands of the Lady Rebels with 50 seconds remaining in this first half. She's going to have to hurry to get it in the 5-second time limit. And this is going to be a chase all the way back down the floor. And you are seeing Sophie King give them fits back down at the opposite end. And this is going to be a scramble on the inside. That was one of those excuse me fouls. And I know that was not exactly what Lily Teague intended to do. So at the line, Zadie Rayburn, and it's in and out. USJ went on a 26-point run, most of it in this quarter. It was just unbelievable. And this time, the alternate possession will go back to the Lady Bruins with 35 seconds remaining. Taking their time now. They could hold it for the final shot, but you have to know if they can get somebody open with a good look, they're not going to wait until it gets down to the final 5 seconds. Sally's going to work it. Takes the dribble and can't get it to go. So it looks as though, and they're going to try the home run, and Sally intercepts it. They got to hurry. Sally's going to have to put it up quick. And it would not go. She was rushed too much trying to get that one in, but she gave it a good run. So here we go. USJ leads it at halftime, 36-11. Let me give you the scoring totals. And then after we take our break, we're going to talk to the men's coach over here, Jeff Jones. But let me give you the scoring totals right now. Ava Barham had herself a fine first half with 10 points. She sat out most of the second quarter. Lily Teague with 6. Ellen Driver with 6. Halen Ayers with 4. And you'd expect Halen would usually just be rocking them in right now, but she's been on the bench a good bit because they've been letting so many of these younger players have an opportunity. Demise Ali with 4 as well, and Sophie King with 3, as well as Carly Hayes. So, Lady Bruins dominating 36-11 here at halftime. And when we come back, we're going to take a 2-minute break. And when we come back, we'll visit with Coach Jeff Jones. Stay, everybody.
Count on Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
And we are delighted to have Coach Jeff Jones with us, the head coach of the USJ Bruins. And I told Jeff while we were waiting to come on here is that your team just seems to be showing more and more character with each passing game. And it was a tremendous one down in the clinches on Tuesday night against Jackson Christian.
Well, we appreciate it. You know, we're trying to get better at the right time of the year. Hopefully we can find a way to win another one tonight. But we have some high-character kids, and sometimes it shows up late in ball games, and we did a great job on Tuesday night.
Well, I think particularly you got so much balance on this team, and you got some young players, but you also have some veterans out there. And when I see you got a guy who can – Wallace Driver can bring it up the floor and can be just, you know, he is one who doesn't lose his cool in any given situation. And I think that was one of the keys that we saw on Tuesday night is that you had a team that when they were pressed late in the game, they did not fold.
Yes, and that's something we spent a lot of time on this past summer and in the fall. And, you know, we had problems with teams that pressed us last year. And so Wallace has really grown up, and several other guards have really, you know, had an opportunity to play this year, and they've taken advantage of it. So hopefully we can continue and keep it going.
You got a player like Brady Smith that you know is a go-to player, and 17 this past Tuesday night, but he's one that when it gets down in the stretch, he's a guy that it looks like he always wants the ball.
Yes, he does, and he's not afraid to take the big shot, and he's not a bad free throw shooter too. So we try to make sure he gets the ball in his hands, majority of the time.
When you're coaching a high school team such as this, what are the biggest challenges that you face year to year when you're going to have veterans coming back, but you also are going to have newcomers? What are the biggest challenges that a coaches face in a situation such as this?
Well, for me, it's being patient and keeping things simple. I think sometimes when you try to do too much, it's really tough for, high school kids. But, my philosophy's been keep it simple, teach them to compete, play hard, play together, play for each other. You can't play for yourself, and we can get some of that selfishness out and, try to find a way to do it for other people. It's a lot of fun for everybody.
And that's one of the things that I've noticed about your team since I got into this role early in January is the fact there's a lot of unselfishness on this team, and they're always looking for the open player, even if maybe they've got a clean look at the basket.
Yes, and sometimes they overlook.
Listen, I've heard Mark Campbell say that a lot of times, too, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right.
When you have a situation like you did Tuesday night against JC, and they are in here, and you know that every possession down the stretch is critical, what do you do to keep your players cool and calm and not having them to where they get a little skittish or panicky under that kind of pressure? Because Tuesday night they just seem to have it all together.
Well, a couple of things that we talk about is the Value One series. We have to slow down the game in our mind a little bit, shorten up our passes, meet all passes, and we work on that in practice. Second thing is the coaching staff. I think once it gets a little bit tighter, I think we have to dial it down just a little bit. Try to find a way to make them laugh and enjoy the moment and not get too far ahead.
I know every coach that I talk to says when we get to February, that's when I really hope our team begins to gel and come together. We're not quite there, but it's only a few days away. Tell us how you feel this team is on the road to reaching that gelling point.
Well, we've been pretty close all year. A couple of turnovers here and there. I think, we would be in the race, top two teams in the league. But, they're coming together. They're understanding each other. We're getting the ball inside more. I think our three-point attempts have gone down a little bit. And we're trying to understand and figure each other out, and I think it's coming at the right time.
This team just looks like on the floor like the players enjoy each other.
Yes, they do.
Not just playing ball, but they enjoy each other, and that's got to be huge when you're trying to guide them and lead them and you're not having to deal with any kind of discipline problems or disagreements. It seems as though this team really does enjoy each other.
Oh, they do, 100%. They are together on the basketball court on the weekend. Matter of fact, I called and checked on one of the players Tuesday to see how he was doing, Mills Terry, and they were all at IHOP, eating after the game. So, they're just that type of group. They love being around each other.
They picked a good place, I would say.
Yes, they did.
Like
yes.
That. I want to thank you so much for spending your time with us here at halftime, and it's been a joy to call your games during this month and into February, and we wish you a lot of success tonight against this Tipton Rosemark team and all the way through the rest of the season.
Thank you so much.
Well, we're going to visit with him, I hope, again before the season is over with. Coach Jeff Jones, the head coach of the USJ Bruins. We're going to take a 90-second break, and when we come back, we'll have the second half of our girls' game. USJ is on top, 36-11.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care. and let your smile say it all.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all prearranged funerals. So you may have prearranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all prearranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Nissan and Carlock Prestige, the name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Steve Beverly back with you here at USJ Gym. Enjoyed that visit with Coach Jeff Jones. I've enjoyed watching him on the side court and guiding the USJ Bruins team. We're less than a minute away from the start of the second half as the Lady Bruins have just been all over it here. 36-11. They're shooting 15 of 28 for 54% from the floor. And another impressive stat tonight, they've had 5 3-pointers in the game. I'm trying to total up. They've actually shot more threes than anything else. They're 5 out of 15 in threes. But here's your big stat of the game. They have forced 22 turnovers against Tipton Rosemark and picked up 33 points off of those mistakes. And I have to tell you, I called a Union University game at one point about 12 years ago in which Union picked up 57 points off turnovers in the entire game, and USJ is on a pace to top that. That's the most I've ever had in a single game that I've called over the many years I've been doing this. But they're going into this. This looks almost like a 2-3 zone they're into and double teaming the ball and forcing yet another mistake. And this is going to be a goodbye situation. Patience, and that bothered her a bit, but the follow-up is there. So Ava Barham was right there to pick up the follow-up. 3 rebounds as well for Ava. And we've got a whistle away from the ball. And it looks like they have charged that one to Mia Powell. So anyway, Lady Rebels back with it once again. And big 3. Nope, iron was unkind. And is it going to be an over the back on Halen or not? It apparently is, because it's still in the hands of they say Halen just reached over the back trying to get the rebound. And here's a steal once again. Stella Spencer is all over the loose balls. I'm not sure how many steals she has for the season, but she has to be close to the game leader for this ball club. And again, they work the perimeter. Under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. Inside to Barham. Easy layup. Having a defender right on top of her means nothing. So Ava makes it a 40-11 game. Big 3 is way off the mark, and Halen's going to come down with a rebound. They've only put up 4 3-pointers and have missed them all. And Halen, easy turnaround. Yes. Soft. Just a soft touch on the ball, and that's what she doesn't try to cram it in. She just hits the soft touch on it. And they're going to go long to the corner. Tipped away. Carly Hayes knocking it away. 36-11 at halftime, and the Lady Bruins already with their first 6. And underneath, that's not there for Sigler, and they miss both of them, and Ava comes down with a rebound. And underneath, the foul. Trying to chase them down, and the foul has been committed. And that will send Stella Spencer to the free throw line. Stella very deliberate in her preps, and she nails it. Lady Bruins 2 out of 4 from the stripe so far tonight. And she nails them both. And checking back in as Stella comes out is Ellen Driver. So the sophomore will come in, and everybody's had an opportunity to get in there tonight. There's no question about it. Almost a steal. Carly was over there trying to get that one very quickly. And jumper from the corner for Lizzie Crow. So still a 31-point lead. And they're just whipping it around that perimeter, but inside and outside, and the jumper. The three is there for Ellen Driver. That is her third three of the game. So again, they're taking their time, and it goes into the Tipton Rosemark bench. USJ put 74 on them 2 weeks ago at the Lady Rebels home gym. And they're on a pace to get pretty close to that tonight. And underneath, Sigler makes it fall. She had about a 4-inch height advantage on that one and made it drop. And Ellen was trying to get some dribble penetration there. And they go inside to Barham, and she's going to get between the defenders but kick it outside. And the three is there once again. So Ellen Driver now with 12, and every one of hers has come on a three-pointer. Boy, almost a steal by Carly. She was all on top of that. Sigler tried to force one home and gets the offensive board and can't make it drop. And they scramble, and USJ getting the steal. And Ellen kicks it off, but she's fouled. So that is going to send Ellen to the free throw line. Hey, they called a technical foul. Apparently it was called as an intentional foul to break up the drive that Ellen was on, so she's going to get a couple of free ones here. And nails it. So Ellen is the game's leading scorer tonight with 15. And the ball also goes back to the Lady Bruins up 52-15. And Halen's going to toss it in. Halen with 6 on the night, and that's below her usual numbers, but that's because so many other people have been popping them in this evening. She still could easily wind up in double figures. And she's open, but it appears we got 3 seconds in the lane. That's only the 7th turnover of this game for the Lady Bruins. So Halen's going to come out and sit on the bench for a bit. I don't think we've seen the last of her tonight. We're halfway through this third quarter of play. And boy, I tell you what, the defenders pick up that front line of the offense of Tipton Rosemark very quickly. And here goes Barham. It is going to be a foot race, and down the stretch she goes. So Ava coast to coast on that steal. And checking back in is going to be Salih. At 16 points for Ava Barham. And here we go. And once again, this is a tough night for anybody to have to stay on the court with a team as dominant as the Lady Bruins and knowing that you are really outclassed by their competition. But it's the only way they're going to learn. The turnaround is there for Ellen Driver. 39 points off turnovers now. That whip pass and the jumper is off the mark. And it is Stella who comes down with it. She looked like she was going to be a house of fire, but she slowed it up. And big cross-court pass going for the three. In and out. She was robbed, but Stella with the offensive board. This team is just precision in the way they're passing, and the three is there for Carly Hayes. 59-15. And there you go. Jump ball. Stella Spencer snatches it away, and so it is going to go into the opposite direction. I have no doubt whatsoever that we are probably going to have a consistently running clock in the fourth quarter. 29 turnovers now for the Lady Rebels. And this has just been like watching a machine tonight, the way the Lady Bruins have just dominated from start to finish. And it's hard to believe in the first 3 minutes of this game, they were behind 4-2. Going for a big bomb. Stella had it, and it just went off the mark. She had the range on it, but the iron was a bit unkind, and so it goes back in the other direction. And again, they play cross court with it, but this zone defense that's being played by the Lady Bruins is just making it almost impossible to get anything on the inside. And they tried to go right into the middle of the defenders, and that one's off the mark. And Sally comes down with the rebound. And from the corner, the three just off the mark, but right back to it is Stella Spencer. That offensive board is so important when you get into really tight games to be going after the glass again. And if you got a guard who can deliver for you like that, that's huge. That was a little bit too dangerous of a cross-court pass, and the foul is going to be on Ellen Driver. That's only the third team foul on the Lady Bruins and only their 8th turnover of the game. So we're under a minute to go, and look at them scramble for it. And let's see who the foul is going to be on. It's going to go back to the Lady Bruins. Maddie Watkins is charged with the foul, and so here we go. They've got 46 seconds left. I think they're going to continue on, and I don't think they're going to play it for a last shot here. And again, staying outside the perimeter. And that one was just too high. I think Kate may have taken her eye off of it for just a second, and they cough it up. So we're down to the last 30 seconds of this third quarter of play, and it has been dominant again, a 23-4 quarter for the Lady Bruins. And boy, they are quick to pick up those wing guards. And high floater that does not go. They're going to have to hurry. They're down to 6. And that one was forced. And the rebound comes off again to Lily Teague, and she almost made one from long distance. But we wind it up at the end of 3. It's 59-15. Lady Bruins comfortably ahead. We'll be back for the final 8 minutes after this message.
Football looks fun. I bet I would have been great at it. The first football playing Deer, they would have made a movie about me and everything. Probably get Kurt Russell to play me. But alas, me and my dreams run right over again.
For fast, reliable collision repair, trust the experts at Mitchell's Body Shop. And get back out there.
Well, how about this in scoring for the Lady Bruins? 16 points each for Ellen Driver and for Ava Barham. And then you got 6 each for Halen Ayers, Lily Teague, and Carly Hayes. 4 for Demise Ali and 2 for Stella Spencer. 3 for Sophie King. But they have been raining some threes in tonight. In fact, checking our BallGame Blitz scoring totals, and I'm looking down all of these right now, they have knocked in 8 threes in the game tonight. And they've actually put up more threes than they have twos. 8 out of 20 for 40%. And I can tell you there are a lot of college programs that they'll take a three with that kind of percentage. They're going to let that one just fly out. But defensively, just look at this. 42 points off turnovers. And that just means your opponents have given it up 30 times, so you are at a point of almost a point and a half per turnover. And most coaches will tell you that if you can get 1 point per turnover, they feel like you've played your game at the best proficiency. And the turnaround. Nice little turnaround, and she got robbed. Did not get the Plinko drop, and the rebound comes off to Rayburn. But they'll take their time. The biggest thing that for a team like Tipton Rosemark in this situation is just try to make it as respectable as possible. Lady Bruins quickly down the floor. So trying to pick up one off of a USJ mistake. Pace of the scoring has slowed a bit. Almost a steal by Lily Teague. And that one was well short in the corner, and Kate Payne comes down with the rebound. Mia Spellings is playing over on the right wing now. And on the inside, turnaround. Facing the basket beautifully is Lily Teague. That gives her 8. Coaches will tell you, if you turn around like that and face the basket straight, most of the time, unless you try to kill it, it's going to go through. 3, and again, that one was a bit short. And they can't get the 2 to go. And so that sends the rebound to Lily Teague. That's her 4th of the game. And underneath, Sally had all kinds of defensive pressure on top of her, and so there's no call in that case. And the foul will send it underneath. And you've got some substitutes coming back in for Tipton Rosemark. In fact, you got a trio. We still got a little more than 5 minutes to go, and that pass just went nowhere, and it was picked up by Mia Spellings. And they're quickly down in front of everybody, and that one just off of the corner. Sophie King had a good look at it, but unfortunately wouldn't drop. Now, this could be a coast-to-coast. This is all speed, taking it all the way down, and the foul. That's the only way they were going to stop Mia Spellings. So she'll go to the line for 2 and attempt to get her first 2 of the contest. It was 59-15 at the end of the third quarter. Misses the first one, but has another opportunity. And we still got people who are filing into the USJ gym tonight. Just short. And the rebound is tipped back to Alexis Phillips. She's the game's leading rebounder with 6, but the turnover sends it back in the other direction. From the corner, the three. Yes! Mia Spellings with her first three of the contest. And they have continued to be very, very strong from those wings. And yet another turnover. And that, again, was quick hands on the part of the Lady Bruin defense. Going for the bomb. No, just rolls off. But they have no fear in putting it up from outside. They work the perimeter again with 3:20 remaining. And that one was just too hard on the inside for Lainey Mills. Big three. No, short. Looked like she had the range on it. And it goes back in the other direction. And we do have a running clock that is going now. So they are not stopping the clock for any particular reason, even if you go to the free throw line at this stage, because of the margin of this lead of nearly 50 points by USJ. And they got her all hemmed up in the corner. And I think this is going to be a steal. It's going to be another foot race. And just too high off the back of the glass. They gave it every shot they possibly had. So now they take it and slow the tempo down once again. And the three is there. And that gets some enthusiasm from these fans who have made their way over here. I tell you what, that's one of those that she probably should have driven the baseline. They got the screen. Sally set it up, in and out. And they're going to scramble on it and save it. Good enthusiasm by Ellen Driver there to get that underneath. And getting it under is Demi Sally. And timeout is called. We got a minute 30 to go, and it's just a timeout to get substitutions in the game. Clock continues to run, 66-18. And again, they're going to very, very quickly try to pick that one up. And they're staying in pretty much in this 2-3 zone. Makes it very, very difficult to get into the paint to shoot. Clock still running, even though the ball goes out of bounds. So this is going to be one to put up in the books. Not quite the margin of victory that they had down in Somerville, but it also is one in which it's just, but after the first 3 minutes of this game was just a total domination by and they're going to call Demi Sally for that foul. An over the back, but there's no shooting foul on it because that is only the 5th team foul on the Lady Bruins. And the seconds continue to tick off, and they're going to put one up that's going to be well short, and Sally with her 5th rebound of the game. And they go around the perimeter. And they're not going to take another shot. And that will do it. (66-18) is your final. And I'll give you quickly the scoring totals on this one. Lily Teague with 8 points, and she picked up 4 rebounds. Ellen Driver, a tremendous game. 16 points she had 4 3-pointers in the contest. Mia Spellings came in and had a big 3 late. Sophie King with a 3. Halen Ayers with 6 tonight. She did not play a great deal in this game, mainly because they were giving so many of the bench players an opportunity to get in. Ava Barham, all 16 of hers came in the first 3 quarters. She added 4 rebounds. Carly Hayes with 6, Stella Spencer with 2 free throws, and Demi Sally with 6. did a good job in the post, particularly during the third and fourth quarters, and she had 5 rebounds as well. But that big total that we mentioned to you a number of times during the games, 36 turnovers that they had, that they forced on Tipton Rosemark in this game. 36 turnovers was just, it was an annihilation where that is concerned, and picked up 45 points off of those mistakes. Just an amazing defensive effort across the board by these Lady Bruins that they knew they had the edge in this game, but you can easily put on the brakes and not deliver. Well, they delivered tonight, and they had the edge in rebounding, 21-20. And I'll probably have to wait until after we take a break before I can give you the final shooting totals on this. But Lady Bruins, again, if you look back at how they have continued to mature as this season has progressed, just game by game by game, and this was so crucial tonight to get so many of these younger players an opportunity to be able to deal with this situation and to give them the game experience that they had. You get somebody like Mia Spillings can come in and get a 3. Lily Teague off the bench, an 8th grader. She delivered 8 points and 4 rebounds on the game. Just everything across the board. After the first 3 minutes when Joel Ayers called a timeout and they got behind 4-2, and he I think, did everything he could to get them settled down, and indeed they did. They were up 16-6 at the end of the first quarter and 36-11 at halftime, and then 59-15 at the end of 3, and then you just had the running clock at the end and outscored TRA 7-3 in the final quarter. And so the victory goes to USJ, comfortably margined 66-18. So let's take a brief break, and then we'll come back with some very special festivities, and we'll also have the boys' game. So everybody stay with us.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Count on Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag, filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
Our
And back live at USJ, where the Lady Bruins thoroughly dominated Tipton Rosemark 66-18 here on homecoming night. And I hope you enjoyed seeing these young people as they were recognized on the court. Let me give you as the Bruins take the court, let me give you the final totals from the girls' game, brought to you by BallGame Blitz Sports Network, powered by Worthy Road Studios. And in field goals, USJ was thoroughly dominant, 26 out of 45 for 58%. And for Tipton Rosemark, it was not really a bad game for them. They shot 32% from the floor, 8 out of 25. In three-pointers, USJ is right at the 40% mark with 39, 9 out of 23. And they had really a variety of players who contributed to the long distance. In fact, 5 different players hit threes. 12%, 1 out of 8 for Tipton Rosemark. In free throws, USJ had the edge 56-33%. Rebounding, they had the edge 21-20. And if you wonder, well, why maybe it was just that, when you put up a lot of shots during the course of the game, and particularly a lot of them that miss, as was the case with Tipton Rosemark, they're probably going to get a few more offensive rebounds trying to get putbacks, but they still came away, the Lady Bruins, with the edge 21-20. Here are 2 big categories, though, that show you how strong this defense was for the Lady Bruins. They only committed 10 turnovers tonight. That is a distinctive reduction, but forced 36 turnovers on the part of the Lady Rebels. And here's where you see the big factor. Points off turnovers, 45. I don't know if that is a school record, but it's got to be close to it. 45 points off turnovers to only 5 for TRA. And so with that 40-point differential in the 66-18 victory, you can see how just capitalizing on mistake after mistake after mistake and converting those into points made a big, big difference. We are about 7 minutes away from the start of our boys' game here. And, of course, you're going to see this game will be a little bit more competitive than what we saw down at Tipton Rosemark. But you also are going to see, I think this Bruin team, they had a lot, as we talked to Jeff Jones at halftime of the girls' game. This team really grew up a lot this past Tuesday night when they held off a determined Jackson Christian team to win it 42-36, and it was a huge, huge fourth quarter that I think had to do a lot for the confidence of many of these players, including you think about Owen Stonecipher getting open for a crucial layup underneath late in the game. And then Brady Smith with his 17 points that was dominant in its leadership. Owen Stonecipher added 9 in the course of that game, but there were so many components that came together in a low-scoring game, and these guys just managed to show the maturity that I think they've been developing and winning it 42-36. And you're going to be seeing Wallace Driver, Brady Smith, Mills Terry, Owen Stonecipher, and Raleigh Seals in that starting lineup. But Davis Sane will get in there a lot. We've been seeing Abe Stonecipher sometimes coming in playing with his brother. And you also have, they don't go quite as deep as some teams do. Wen Crook will get in there a lot. But this is a team, if they get out to a significant lead, you'll see a lot of these Bruins playing tonight. And over on the other side for Tipton Rosemark, they only have 2 seniors on this ball club, Eli Ramsey and Sam Cannon. They've got a couple of juniors as well, Noah Christian and Richard Phillips. But this is a team that has less experience as a whole than USJ does. And USJ will go quite well height-wise and size-wise against this Tipton Rosemark team. So it should be a good matchup, and I hope that a lot of you are going to stay with us after the dominating victory of the Lady Bruins. And so we're going to send you back to take a look at some of our sponsors' messages. And I want to say before we do, I hope all of you have the opportunity to go by and see our sponsors and tell them how much you appreciate seeing Bruin basketball right here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network, powered by Worthy Road Studios. And the head of the trucking company, Paul Schultze, our executive producer, he's all over the place on one of the floor cameras tonight. So it's been a good night so far for the Lady Bruins. Let's see if they can be matched by the Bruins when we come back from this break.
Home furnishings, appliances, bedding, and so much more. Kaufman's. At the Bypass and Oil Well Road in Jackson. Home furnishings for every room in your home. Custom upholstery options too, with professional advice. Major appliances from America's top name brands. Mattresses and bedding accessories. Outdoor living and grilling too. And our fully stocked warehouse helps prevent supply chain delays. Kaufman's. For your life.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
And we are back here at USJ Gym, and we're about to get started with the boys' half of the doubleheader between the Bruins and the Tipton Rosemark Rebels. And you're going to see that spectacular opening here on homecoming night. And on this homecoming night, this student body section is standing as one. They are all the way up to the top, almost parallel to where I am now. And just the huge support that the Bruins and Lady Bulldogs. See, when I call Union basketball and I call them the Lady Bulldogs, sometimes it's hard to get back on another school that starts with a B. But having said that, the Bruins and the Lady Bruins have such huge support from these parents, grandparents, and a lot of other interested family members who are here. It is just amazing to see them. And we've been over here on consecutive Friday nights and a Tuesday night in which this place has just been, particularly on the home side, packed like sardines in a can. And I have every idea that they are going to be quite loud as we start this game. Here you go. Here come the Bruins. Wallace Driver. He's the engine on this team as the ball comes down the court. Brady Smith, who can take control of a game. Mills Terry, you'll see him on some drives to the basket tonight. Owen Stonecipher, big basket late in the game against Jackson Christian. And Raleigh Seals, he'll be dominating in the post tonight. And we are about set to get this one underway. Getting their final instructions from the coaches. And we are about set to go. This young man, Kingston Words, he's a freshman on this Tipton Rosemark team, but he can do a lot of things with and without the basketball. Very talented young man. And now breaking the huddle. Here come the Bruins. And it appears that to jump it, it is going to be Brady Smith against Sam Cannon, one of the seniors for TRA, and it goes this time over to the Rebels. So let's see how Coach Kurt Cuvion plays this one, and they get behind the defenders right off the bat, and it is Dylan Butler who nails it. Bruins very deliberate, very disciplined in the way they handle the ball, particularly trying to work for the open shot. A lot of movement that you'll see on the inside. Turnaround bank shot is there. Beautifully navigated by Mills Terry. Almost too much on that pass to go into Butler. And they stay outside the perimeter a lot, but Words, he loses that, and that was sort of a bowling scoop shot there by Wallace Driver, but he came away with it. It doesn't matter how he did it. Kind of reminded me of the way the Oakland Raiders used to shove a fumble 5 or 6 times to get it to the end zone. That's why the NFL changed that rule. Three-pointer not there for Brady Smith, but they get it back underneath and the basket. Stonecipher with the follow. So Bruins with the early 4-2 lead, and a trip is going to be called, and it looks like it's going to be on Stonecipher. These two teams have, particularly when their first meeting was held 2 weeks ago, they spend a lot of time in this first quarter trying to just sort of examine what the other team is doing offensively and try to make the defensive adjustments. There's another steal. This is going to be a down the stretch he goes. The assist goes to Brady Smith, and it is Raleigh Seals with the basket. They work the perimeter. Quick hands on the part of the Bruins, and that is a, well, let's see, it looks like it's going to be an offensive foul away from the basket. So that is the second turnover of the game already for Tipton Rosemark. And Bruins out to a quick 6-2 lead 2 minutes into it. Quick foul called. And it'll go underneath. And they're going to charge that to Sam Cannon. Now you see the signal for the play by Wallace Driver. Open for the three. No, the iron was unkind, and the rebound comes off to the Rebels. And this Words, and he loses it again. It's going to be another foot race, and down the stretch he goes. Mills Terry once again off the turnover. And timeout is called by Tipton Rosemark. They've seen enough of those coast-to-coast steals. Bruins lead it early, 8-2.
This could be a true story. On October 3rd, a 2003 hatchback struck and killed a deer that goes by the name Buck. I know, right? He now has Buck's head proudly displayed on his living room wall. He tells a different story.
Shot it.
No, he didn't.
And to hide his lie, he took his car to Mitchell's body shop.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did. And lucky for him, they made it look good as new. And as for Buck, the story continues.
Kingston Words is usually a pretty good ball handler, but he's given up 3 turnovers here in the early going that have all led to coast baskets for the Bruins, and they're on top 8-2. Turnaround jumper is there for Cannon. And we've got an 8-4 game, but the Bruins have already forced 4 turnovers, leading to 6 points. And that one, I know Raleigh Seals thought it might be called out on him, but Bruins will play it again. Last touched by the Rebels. Oh, that one was almost back to the good extension to save it by Mills Terry. Boy, Wallace Driver is always directing traffic. He's getting a battle with Eli Ramsey down here. And we're under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter on homecoming night at University School of Jackson. Open for the three. No, just the iron a bit unkind. They tried to save it, and it's going to go back to the Bruins. He might have been better versed to let that one go. So far, the Bruins 4 out of 5 shooting from the floor, 80%. They won't keep that up tonight, but it paints a very good picture here in the early going. And again, slowing the tempo down. They're trying to get a screen. You're seeing a 2-3 zone being employed by Tipton Rosemark. Makes it a little bit harder to go into the paint. And that jumper is there for the three for Wallace Driver. An 11-4 lead for the Bruins. And they're going to play catch me if you can, which is really their strong suit when they can play from the lead. And the three. Turn around there for Ramsey. slowing that tempo down once again. The one thing that they want to do is they don't have to match 3 for 3, but just play their kind of game. Try to get it on the give and go just like that. Seals the assist. That is just a perfect give and go play. And Bruins back on top by 6. And on the inside, almost knocked away, and traveling is called, and you can chalk that one up to defense by Owen Stonecipher when he reached behind the back to try to knock that one away. 5th turnover already for the Rebels. So Wallace is going to take his time with it. And again from the perimeter, what a great ball handler Brady Smith is. And they go, the jumper high, and it was tipped a bit. The rebound comes off to Grigsby. And he tries a floater that just won't go anywhere. Bruins with only their 2nd rebound of the contest, but they haven't really needed them because they've had so many coast-to-coast steals here in the first quarter. Down to the 2.5-minute mark. And going inside, but triple teamed was Mills Terry. Now he's going to try to direct the play going against this zone. And he just kicked it out with his fist. Bruins trying to get a screen, see if they could get one underneath, but the fall-away jumper in and out, but the follow is not there. And it's going to go back to the Bruins. Brady had 2 opportunities at it. You can give him an offensive rebound, and he's still going to get the chance for a 3rd one. So let's see how Coach Jones plays this one. Stonecipher out at the top of the key and tipped away. So we got 1:54 to go. Still the 6-point lead here for the Bruins, and they've had it from the get-go. So they're going to take their time and reset it. This is a very patient team, and that's what Coach Jones talked about it. He said that one thing that he's tried to teach them is to be patient at all times, and even if they get behind in a game, to continue to run their discipline, their offense, in the way that they do it in practice every day. Under a minute and a half. The 3 just goes off the mark. Rebound comes off to Ramsey. They shaved about 2 minutes off the clock on that possession, though. And they work the corner for a 3, and it is there for Cannon. They are 4 out of 5 from the floor, but one of the problems is they've committed 5 turnovers. So they haven't been able to get the ball up into the basket that much, but they've closed the gap to within 3. Brady's trying to get an opening, working one-on-one. And that one was kicked away, but they said it last went off of the foot of Owen Stonecipher. So it's turnover, first one of the game for the Bruins. So it'll be interesting to see if Coach Cuvion plays it for the last shot in this quarter with 40 seconds remaining. Again, around the perimeter. And again, you're seeing also that 2-3 zone being employed and forces the turnover. And trying to get it all the way down. A good fake, but he lost control of it right there at the end. Mills has just really been stymied there, and a good follow-up. So they have closed this gap down to within 1. And there you go with the 3 right at the end. That's the way you like to end a quarter, particularly when you're giving up some late ones. And so We end the first quarter with the Bruins a spectacular 3, and they lead it 16-12, and we'll be back with the second quarter after these messages.
Championship DNA. That's what you find at Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way. A full line of new Chevrolets plus West Tennessee's largest used car inventory. State-of-the-art service work and pre-approved auto loans online at JonesChevroletHumboldt.com. Shop with a winner. Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Back live at USJ Gym, Steve Beverly with the story as USJ is on top 16-12. That was a spectacular 3 to end the quarter, and you always know the odds are not that great of one of those dropping as you're seeing the clock wind down, but the Bruins needed that one because they had given up 6 in a row to Tipton Rosemark, and now to be up 4. It's certainly not a cushion by any stretch of the imagination. Abe Stonecipher has joined the lineup now. And the Bruins are going to spread out the offense as they begin the second quarter of action. And again, Mr. Quarterback out there, Wallace Driver. He knows where he is and where everybody else should be at any specific time on the floor. And they're trying to see if they can get Abe Stonecipher, perhaps, or Wen Crook open for a screen underneath. So far, this 2-3 zone has not been very friendly as far as inside shots unless it's been a coast-to-coast steal. Big 3. Yes! Wallace Driver with 8 tonight. And he's got 2 3-pointers, so he's got 8 of the 19 points that the Bruins have delivered. But that gets it back to a 3-possession lead. And bomb from the corner for the answer shot, and it is there for Kingston Words. So they slice it back down to the 19-15 margin. And inside of all kinds of traffic, and it looks as though the foul is going to be charged to San Fratello. So Bruins will play it underneath. That is only the 3rd team foul. In fact, we've only had 4 fouls called in the entire game so far. And that one was blocked, but picking it right back up in the corner, and Words with the steal and the foul off the steal. No, there is no foul. He actually stepped on the end line, so Bruins don't lose it. That was an excellent block on that 3-point opportunity. Back at the top of the key once again. They're double teaming the ball up front. Again, both teams have been employing zone tonight, and it has worked in various instances for both of them. USJ trying to work for a screen down underneath if they can. You got a big battle going down low that involves Wen Crook. And Wen comes up with it underneath, and the foul is called, and it's going to go back to the Bruins underneath. And they're going to charge that one to Words. So let's see how Coach Jones is going to play this one. This second quarter has slowed down to a more deliberate pace. Raleigh was double teamed down low. And directing again is Driver, and he's trying to tell his entire offense where they need to go on this play. And again, no room there in the paint. And Raleigh is double teamed, and they are slapping away at that one. Bruins scramble to keep it. I'm sure, considering this possession, they're glad that there is not a shot clock in high school basketball. Boy, I tell you what, Mills Terry wanted to let loose with that three, but he was picked up very quickly. Inside and outside. And the three is short for Wallace Driver. And finally picking up on that is Ramsey. And drawing the foul, going to the line, is going to be Words. That one is going to be charged to Wallace Driver. So they'll go to the line for two. And this is a game where the scoring clip has really just gone down to a snail's pace now. Each team with three in the quarter, and make it four now for the Rebels. And again, some substitutions coming in for TRA. We saw this team give USJ some spurts in their game 2 weeks ago. But the second one is missed, and Seals comes down with a rebound. Again, they're going to work the perimeter. That's all they've really been able to do because it's been so hard to get somebody open in this zone. Now it's more of a 2-2-1 zone. Big long three. No, goes too far right. And Raleigh comes up with it. Those offensive rebounds are so critical in a game like this where you're trying to battle a one-possession lead. Turning and firing, but not there for Stonecipher. So here we go back the other way. And turnover. Pass was just astray on that one, and that is the 7th turnover for Tipton Rosemark. USJ has only committed one in the game as we approach the 4-minute mark. And again, they're staying up front largely. Terry taking his time. And the bomb from the corner. Nope, too much on it for Noah Spencer. And from the corner, the three is off the top of the glass. It's hard to see one of those sometimes, and they cannot deliver another one. And timeout is called by Jeff Jones. I think he's seen enough of this sluggishness here in the second quarter because each team has only picked up 3 points. Your score with about 3.5 to go. It's USJ 19, TRA 16.
Thompson & Smith, the area's premier independent insurance brokerage, has been serving families and businesses in the region through its founding companies since 1927. With their many insurance company partners, Thompson & Smith provides insurance products for family, home and auto, contractors, retailers, restaurants, manufacturers, medical and dental clinics, as well as any other business or organization seeking quality coverage, risk management expertise, and customer-focused service. Call them today to discuss your insurance needs.
Well, it was 16-12 at the end of the first quarter, and we have just had really no movement at all here because the teams have been playing this zone defense that has prevented a lot of easy baskets underneath. So what shots have been taken have been from outside, and many of them have just been unsuccessful here in this second quarter. And I can see Jeff Jones has picked up the pace of the passing, and again, the three is off the mark. Cannon with a rebound. He's all kinds of trouble down underneath. And they cannot get that one to fall, and the rebound comes off to Brady Smith. Brady's been held to 3 so far tonight. So Terry and Spencer continue to plow the forecourt. and trying to just see if they can get any kind of a screen, and just nothing's happening. This zone defense, the way they keep picking it up, and again, the shot won't drop for Mills. So this has been one that has just absolutely been no movement here in the second quarter of play, and trying to drive that one home was Grigsby, and it just goes off his knee, but it was last touched by one of the Bruins. So we got wholesale substitutions coming in for both teams now. Raleigh Seals is staying in. Coming back in is Owen Stonecipher. And you got Houston Brasfield in there now, and the foul. It got all clogged up in the middle, and they say that Butler was hacked on the arm, so he's going to the line for two. Got just a shade more than 2 minutes remaining in this second quarter. And he cannot get the first one to go. They are 1 out of 4 from the line so far tonight. Gets the second of the two and cuts it to a 2-point game at 19-17. Tell you, so many teams play man-to-man defenses because it's easier to teach, but the zone defenses can create so many problems for a lot of your inside weapons and force you to go to the outside, and that one went too far right for Houston Brasfield. So here we come back down the other way, and a chance for TRA to either tie or take the lead. And from the corner, nope, off the mark, and high for the rebound is Raleigh Seals. That's one of the few times you've seen him being able to drive the lane, and Brady Smith just had to put it up too fast. And the Bruins cough it up. They go to the corner again. This time it is there for Cannon. And Tipton Rosemark has taken the lead at 20-19. And you got, if you look at the way the court is right now, you got Raleigh Seals that is almost, it's like a rectangle. And the answer shot comes the other way finally from Brady Smith. So we got a seesaw game going now at 22-20, and this could be the final possession of the half. And Cannon, that one just went way high. That was tipped. And quickly down the floor, Raleigh with the fake and the layup. So Raleigh nails that one, and they needed that one here at the end of the half. And that three just barely rims out. So the Bruins finally come away with the last 5 points of the half to take the 24-20 lead into the locker room. But I can tell you, it wasn't without a few scares in there. Let's see if we can pick up on our totals right now. Wallace Driver is the game's leading scorer with 8. Brady Smith has 6. He has had 2 3-pointers tonight. Wallace has had 2 3-pointers as well. Mills Terry with 4. Owen Stonecipher with a basket. And Raleigh Seals with 4. And looking back down in the opposite direction for TRA, Kingston Words with 4. But their leader is Sam Cannon with 10. He's piled up a couple of threes. And so that's where the scoring is tonight. It's a tight one, 24-20. And the Bruins are going to face a real challenge here in the second half because this Tipton Rosemark team came to play. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll visit with Coach Joel Ayers and get his thoughts on the girls' game tonight. So stay with us, everybody.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night. This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
And Coach Joel Ayers has now joined us, the head coach of the Lady Bruins of University School of Jackson. And Joel, 66-18 tonight, a dominant performance. This was pretty well expected. You're going up against a program that is literally at the foundation stages. But what do you take away from a game like this tonight, in which you pretty well knew when you came in that it was going to be that kind of game?
Make sure you still make the right things, the important things, and do the things the right way. You play with the right attitude and effort, and you really can work on sharing the ball in games like this and making sure we understand good fluid movement and what a good shot is, because sometimes a shot can come fairly easy in a game like that. A team that's rebuilding and young. So you want to teach kids what a fluid shot is. An open shot isn't always what you would say a fluid shot. And we try to say, man, the shots that we practice every day in practice, whether it's the drills that we're doing, our shooting drills or our breakdown drills, those are the shots you look for in basketball games. And tonight it's a little easier sometimes to get that feel of what those shots feel like. So that's some of the stuff that we try to emphasize in games like this.
The first 2 minutes of the first game I called earlier this month, and I saw it and I said, they're running the same kind of defense that Union does, because it's that all-court pressure all game long, unless you finally decide to back out of it when you have a huge lead. The key thing out of that is teaching these kids how to do that kind of all-court pressure. Walk us through that in particular, and the stamina that's required for that, because you don't substitute quite as much as Mark does.
Yeah, we're not probably doing it quite as much as Mark does, but the process, the thought process, and it is try to create, when you've got some athletic kids and you've got some kids that kind of what we call have dog in them, you kind of sometimes you hold some of those kids back in scenarios where they could go up and they can pressure the ball, and anytime you trap, you're going to, obviously the name of number game, you're going to leave somebody open, so there has to be enough ball pressure to try to create turnovers or rush shots. And the hard part about it is trying to get everybody to play off of each other.
Yeah.
So, it's like playing dominoes, and when you set them all up, when it starts, it's got to continue to go. It can't stop. And there's lots of rotations, and everybody ends up involved in the rotations. And it's real life, because I can't tell you exactly how it's going to come. I can show you what they have some tendencies of, but at the end of the day, you have to read and react and rotate, and everybody's got to cover everybody's back from time to time. So some of it ends up with these kids learning in that trial by error and playing hard. And at the end of the day, sometimes you get somebody to take the shot that you wanted, and it goes in. And you have to tip your hat and say, let's go. And then we got to get back down to the other end and continue to put pressure on them in transition offense. And you hope that scenario will have a wearing down effect as a game goes.
Oh, yeah.
So it could be a wearing down effect on you, too. You could get in the fourth quarter and can't make a big shot because your legs are dead. So you try to play as many kids as possible, and you try to get kids to really learn to play themselves into shape. There's no amount of running that you can go do to get you ready.
To go all 32
that's
out
right,
there.
That's right.
We got about 40 seconds left. I wanted to ask you very quickly, when you are in that kind of situation, and in particular, you got 45 points off turnovers tonight. And teaching these kids, it's not just forcing the turnovers, but capitalizing off of those turnovers.
Well, transition game is huge in basketball. It's so underrated. Transition defense, to whether it's a pressure defense or just a way that you're going to match up. But transition offense is really big because a set defense, when they're good, is hard to score against. I don't care who it is. When they've worked at it and they're good, it's hard to score against. So if you can get down the floor in a transition and push it at them and then learn to make good decisions at the end of aggression, you're trying to be super aggressive. Now, sometimes when you're super aggressive, you make a bad decision. If you can make good decisions at the end of being aggressive, man, it really is hard for the other team to defend. Now, that doesn't mean that you take a one-pass shot. Sometimes that means that you push it, you might get a layup, and then if you don't, you get the ball turned. And when the ball, it's proven, every time the ball switches sides of the floor, your percentage of making shots just goes up. I mean, it's not rocket science, and I can't tell you why, but it helps.
And it's working. Joel, I can't thank you enough for joining us here at halftime, and wish you and the Lady Bruins continued success as we go down the stretch run of this season.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Coach Joel Ayers of the Lady Bruins of USJ. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll come back with the second half of tonight's boys' game.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
At Arrington Funeral Directors, we accept all pre-arranged funerals. So you may have pre-arranged your funeral in this town with another funeral home or even in another state, but we accept all pre-arranged funerals because we're here to serve families.
A real pleasure to talk to both of our coaches at half times of the respective games tonight and to get their insight on the inside of the game, what you see that you may not understand as much other than you see them get a shot and a rebound and you hope it goes in, but the strategy behind that. And particularly when Joel was talking about with the girls trying to aggressively on defense force those turnovers that lead to points. And that's what they did tonight as they forced 36 turnovers and gained 45 points off those mistakes. It was a huge night for the Lady Bruins. Well, right now, we got us a tight one, 24-20, and the Rebels are going to have first possession here as we begin the third quarter. Steve Beverly to continue the action as we write the final two chapters of this game. And they get behind the defenders, and that was a perfect delivery into Butler. So once again, we are down to a 2-point game at 24-22. Now the Bruins had a good strong flurry at the end of the first half and had the last 5 points. And they ended up with a 24-20 lead at the break. And they go inside trying to get it to Raleigh, and he's hemmed up again. This zone defense has really been tough. The little floater will not go, but they get the rebound, and it's a jump ball. The alternate possession will go back to the Bruins. But that zone defense has been relentless here tonight. Open for the three. Too much, it just rimmed out. So it is Words who takes it slowly down. The way this thing is going, it could come down to the final few possessions. But a lot of work to do between now and then. And almost stolen by Raleigh Seals. And right down the middle, and the foul. Butler with it. And I know some of the fans do not care for that call, but they're saying that he did not have the Bruins did not have defensive position on that, and so a chance for a three-point play to turn this thing right back around again. And it would give a 6-0 run, and that friendly roll for Butler, a 6-0 run to make it 25-24. So they have retaken the lead. That is our 5th lead change of this game. And USJ has done well. They've only made 2 turnovers. They've handled the ball very, very well during the course of this game. But they've been hard put to get that ball on the inside to get some of the layups that they like to do so often. And the outside shots are just not falling with the proficiency that they would like. Tonight, 4 out of 13 in three-pointers. There you go. Backdoor play. You get it inside to Stonecipher from Seals. That is Raleigh's 4th assist tonight. So the Bruins retake it. 6 lead changes now. And the Bruin zone has been stifling as well. They go for a bomb, and it's off the back of the iron, and they're going to get the offensive rebound. Trying another one that is short. And Driver comes down with the rebound. Again, watch this particularly in the paint. They've had such a difficult time getting open there tonight. The jumper right over the defenders. So they've got a 4-0 run going now. And again, they spread them out, trying to see if they could get somebody open, and they force the turnover. That's a big one. From the corner, the three. And that's a huge one for Brady Smith. 9 points off turnovers now. 31-25, and that's actually the largest lead of the game for the Bruins as we approach the 5-minute mark. And we've got just literally almost a keep-away game going over. Now trying one of the answer shots, and we got a whistle. And I'm not sure whether that's going to be, apparently it's an offensive foul, or either that or a 3-second call. Yeah, offensive foul. Mona Miller came over, and so that is yet another turnover. Mona Miller came over to explain to the coach what the call was, and she said he led with the elbow, and so Sanfratello checking out, and so here we go. Bruins could capitalize huge off of that 9th turnover. They have converted the mistakes into 9 points in this game. This would be big because they'd be back to a 3-possession lead. The bank just will not fall for Wallace. So here we go again, back down at the opposite end. Traveling, took a step before the exchange was made. So that is turnover number 10 now for the Rebels. Slowly bringing it down is Wallace Driver. This is one of those games that, frankly, tempo is going to stay slow virtually unless you get some transition baskets. That's what the zone defense often will do to you. But they have found a way to go backdoor, and he was absolutely robbed. Oh, my goodness. Raleigh with his 4th rebound of the game. And again, they slow it up around the perimeter as we're halfway through this third quarter. They're aggressively trying to take it to the inside now, and they are challenging them, and Mills Terry with 6. And sometimes that's just what you have to do. I can see the adjustment that Jeff has made in having them just challenge them on the inside and dare them to come in and perhaps commit the fouls. 33-25, and it has now been a 9-5 run in this quarter. And again, they've had no success penetrating the inside. And that was a jump, somewhat of a hop, skip, and jump, and a call for traveling. Kind of like Ricky Nelson used to sing, I'm a traveling man. I've spent a lot of time all over the world. You don't want that to happen during a game. All right, taking it slowly. Again, that is turnover number 12. And let's see how Jeff plays this one. Mills is taking it very, very calmly. And the jumper. Oh, that one was short. I can tell you Davis Sane would love to have that one back. They're going for the 3 from the corner, and it's too far right, and the rebound to Brady Smith. They're only, tonight, 3 out of 8 in three-pointers. Calling for it, the jumper for the 3. It is there. Brady with another hot hand. So the Bruins actually have had as many from the outside as they have from the inside, and they've opened this up to an 11-point lead. We have timeout with 2:24 to go in the third quarter. The Bruins on top 36-25.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Bruins have done an excellent job of protecting the basketball tonight because they have only committed 2 turnovers and they've given up no points off of those mistakes. On the other hand, they forced 12 turnovers off of Tipton Rosemark, and that's led to 9 points out of this 11-point lead that they have. So that's always a crucial statistic to look at. How many points did you get off the other team's turnovers? And then look at what your lead is. That'll give you a good clue. In most instances, it's not totally foolproof, but that's typical. So let's see how Coach Couvillon's going to play this out of the timeout. They have just really not been able successful from the outside, but that was one that from where we looked at it looked like Cannon was going to be wide open with it, and he's got 13. And Wallace was open and decided to take it. And it's just off the back of the iron. And is it going to be an over the back? Yeah, it looks as though they're going to charge it to Davis Sane. So they'll play it underneath. Each team only with 2 team fouls. So this is not looking like the kind of game with the way the pace it is. Almost, it is stolen. And here he goes, going to try to go down the stretch and delivers. Brady Smith off the turnover. So Brady now has a quiet 14 points. We say quiet because they've come at various points in the game and not in bunches. But that was a big turnover, and it looks like, do we have an offensive foul called? Yeah, we do. Mona Miller just called one. So we send it back the other way, and another opportunity to pick up points off turnovers. They're in the double digits with it now with 11 and a 10-point lead. Yeah, Wallace Driver has just done terrific with the ball tonight. Yep, he slid. A little bit of indecision before he dished that one off to Mills Terry. That's only the third turnover of the game for the Bruins. But right now they have a 4-possession lead, and with the pace of this game, you got to say if they can hold on to it here, it looks like huge advantage Bruins. And what a block on that three-point attempt by Davis Sane. Timed his jump perfectly, did not make body contact, an outstanding job. 64 seconds remain. And Bruins staying in that zone that has been so stifling in this game. And they're keeping them again well outside the perimeter. And they're having to gamble on shots like that, and that one goes astray. And the rebound to Mills. Underneath. Curl hook doesn't go, and the rebound comes off to Grigsby. And kicked away. They got a 3-on-2. And just losing it out of bounds. They are going to get it back, though. 15 turnovers now forced on Tipton Rosemark. And substitution checks in. They've held the Rebels to 4 here in this fourth quarter. Going for the bomb. Not getting the friendly roll. And going to the deck hard. They scramble, and is it a jump ball or a foul? It is a jump ball, and the alternate possession goes back to the Rebels with 13.5 seconds remaining. And again, trying to get some long-distance shooters in the game because of how difficult it has been for them to penetrate the inside. They've taken 9 shots from 2-point range and 10 from behind the arc. And going inside, traveling, that again was another one of those hop, skip, and jumps. And that's that zone defense because he was surrounded by 3 players. Bruins just don't have time to get one off. There was only about 3.5 seconds left on the clock. But they had a solid third quarter, outscoring the Rebels 14-4. It's a 38-28 game. So if you're a Bruin fan, we got to hold 'em Bruins as we go into this fourth quarter right after this.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
So the Bruins up by 10. They were only up 4 at halftime, so it was a solid, excellent defensive third quarter. They've now forced 16 turnovers against Tipton Rosemark, and so they get the ball with first possession here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be interesting to see if you're going to see even more aggressive defense on the part of the Rebels, because this game is just not being played at a tempo to make a dramatic rally. And on the inside, forcing it, but fouled before the shot. So Davis Sane, who has given them some solid minutes here in the second half, and he'll go to the line for 2. Davis is a solid player, whether it's as a starter or off the bench. Did not get the Plinko drop. sometimes I think the cylinder has eyes in it and it is just going to close them. But let's see if he can get the second of the two. And he does. So Bruins take the first scratch here in the fourth quarter to go up 39-28. 4 possessions, and again, the way this game is being played with this zone defense and not a lot of shots being taken by Tipton Rosemark, this is going to be a hard hill to climb. Not impossible, but unlikely. Going again for 3, and that one was just too high off the iron. They work that perimeter again. On the inside and traveling. Only the 4th turnover for USJ. And as we say, we've only had 6 personal fouls called in this entire game, and a lot of it is because there just haven't been that many aggressive moves to the basket. And they've just had a difficult time against this 2-3 zone being able to get anybody open underneath. They have to do it in traffic. Well, that was one aggressive move that drew a foul. And that one was charged to Wynn Crook. So they've got Butler at the line. Again, they have not been, neither team has been to the line very much at all tonight, but he was solid on that one. But even if he gets this one, it is still a 3-possession game. This is one that might get to 50. And he got an extremely good Plinko drop on that. The Price is Right folks would have been very happy, and it's a 39-30 game. Bruins started aggressively attacking the inside, and that beautiful foul away for Brady Smith. I mean, do you see a guy that arches his back and has that deep fall away? That is very difficult to be able to get that happen. This is going to be a no-brainer. Goodbye! But it was knocked away at the 11th hour. I think what happened is that Brady felt the footsteps coming and wasn't able to get it. That was such an easy layup that should have been there. And so we're going from the corner for the 3, and it was like a pinball machine dropping. So Rebels trying to make the comeback. And the 3 is there for Eli Ramsey. And timeout is taken by Jeff Jones. He doesn't want to see this thing slide down anymore. So your score with 6:06 remaining, 41-33, Bruins still on top.
The name you can count on. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
The big comebacks here in this season. They, in the early going, they struggled a bit, but this is one where they have just defensively been absolutely on top of it tonight. The key down the stretch here, though, in this final 6 minutes is to not allow this Rebel team to suddenly begin to get 2 and 3 shots at the basket. Another key factor tonight is the number of one-shot possessions that they have held Tipton Rosemark to. Now, they're getting into their stack formation, but it looks like that TRA is not going to challenge them on the throw-in. I'm a little surprised at that. So Raleigh Seals is checking back in. Wallace Driver back in. And now Raleigh is going to be the one. But they only got 2 guys up front to challenge this. That's highly unusual. And now they're going to back out of it. Wallace, who's been such a great ball handler tonight, he's done a lot to protect the basketball all game long. And Raleigh using that physical presence inside. Open for the 3. Yes! Wallace driver in double figures with 11. And it's back to an 11-point lead. Wallace was just perfect with his timing. That is one of the few inside shots that Tipton Rosemark has had tonight, and it was knocked away, but they're going to charge it to Raleigh Seals. They said he just too aggressively knocked it away, and so they're going to the line for 2. And he nails it. It's been a good night for Butler. 11 points on the evening. Give him, no, he missed it a little bit too far right. And that's going to be a reach-in foul on Stonecipher. Or do they go the other way? No, Mona Miller is going to charge it to TRA. So they're back in the stack, and so again, they're not aggressively going after the turnover on the inbounds play. 10-point lead for the Bruins. And they go inside once again to Mills Terry. And he's got 4 guys on him and still almost delivered it, draws the foul. Literally, it was like watching a rectangle around Mills at that point, but he didn't fear it. So Mills will go to the line. He's got 6 on the evening. He had 4 in the first half. And he delivers. Bruins have not been to the free throw line so far tonight. This will be the 4th shot, and all of them have been in the second half. A little bit too much on it. Didn't quite have the English, and so back down the floor we come with the Rebels. Words is trying to see if he can make it a little words and music here. But they're down by 11, and when you see them retreating like that, and you cannot take, when you're down 11, you can't take 30 to 45 seconds on each. You got to almost play as if you have a shot clock going here, and another foul. And I believe that's going to be the 7th team foul and put the Bruins in a bonus. Yeah, they're going to come back down the other way. I was pretty sure that was going to happen. Yeah, it's one of the things. Without a shot clock in high school basketball, if you're down 11 like this in a game where the tempo is this slow, suddenly you got to change your pace and play as if there is a shot clock. Think about 30-second possessions, not 45 seconds to a minute. And Brady Smith having another big one tonight, 17 points. He's added 4 rebounds to that total. And that one caroms out. Butler with his 3rd rebound, and here we go back down the opposite way, but the Bruins by 12, they're looking really good. They go to the inside again, and the foul is on Brady. He thought he had defensive position, but they charge it to him, and so Butler, who has been to the line tonight 6 times and connected 5 of them. Here we go again. The one thing that you don't want to do is suddenly start giving them an opportunity to collect some points with the clock stop. Lady Bruins, a dominant victory tonight, 66-18 in the opener here on this homecoming evening at University School of Jackson. That's the 5th rebound for Brady Smith tonight. Bruins picking up the tempo with the passing game. And that one, it looks to be, it's going to be on Ramsey. So the Bruins will go to the line for the 1-and-1, and Stonecipher will be there. Owen with 6 tonight. It's his first trip to the line. Got it right through the heart. So all of the Bruins' free throws have come here in this fourth quarter. And this is where you hope that you'll be able to deliver, and Owen does both of them. They are 5 out of 8 from the line for 63%, and timeout is called by Tipton Rosemark. Got a little more than halfway to go of this final quarter, and the Bruins seem to be comfortably on top, 48-35. More in a moment.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
The most important benefit when you buy from Jones Chevrolet at Three-Way? Peace of mind. Jones Chevrolet's warranty forever comes with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle. Powertrain coverage for as long as you own your vehicle. Find out more at Jones Chevrolet in Three-Way.
Well, this has been one of these that in the second half, after it being 24-20 at halftime, the Bruins zone defense has just seemingly worn down Tipton Rosemark. They have not been able to successfully penetrate the middle very well. They've had a couple of shots where they have drawn fouls on the inside, but for the most part, they have stifled the ability of this team to get any kind of penetration offense going. And so up 13 now with 4:24 to go. And again, we're not putting it in the bank yet, but you learn to gauge these things by the way pacing of games go, and this one just does not look like a big comeback coming for Tipton Rosemark. All right, they take their time with it. They go to the inside, and he had 4 people on top of him. Words couldn't deliver. They get the offensive board and get the jumper from the corner for Cannon. So they managed to make it an 11-point game. A big factor, they forced 17 turnovers in this game, have the Bruins, and have gained 11 points off of it, and Jeff Jones is going to take another timeout. So we'll take one more as well. Bruins on top, 48-37. We'll try to wrap it up after this.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. Grover is a certified jeweler with 35 years experience. This isn't just a jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. How far would you go for love? King Jewelers, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson.
Bruins broke the huddle very, very quickly after that. Jeff just was trying to make an adjustment in his offensive formation. We got 3:50 to go. And pretty well this game for the second half has largely been between 8 and 12 points in the Bruins' hands. We'll hand it to Tipton Rosemark. Their zone defense has been very effective. It does take a lot out of you because you have to stay mentally focused for an entire game to play that kind of defense where you are literally trying to cover an area rather than just a man. There they go, backdoor play, and it didn't go for Owen. He had it wide open on the back door, and it didn't drop. But again, as I mentioned, the Rebels are going to have to start playing, and that was definitely an offensive foul on Words. They have to start playing as if this is a 30-second shot clock in effect, because you can't make comebacks in high school basketball and you're down double digits. You can't do that with 45-second to 1 minute possessions. And on the inside, that's not going to count. But we got a foul that is going to send Brady Smith to the line. Brady already with 17 tonight. So the Bruins have really been camping out on the free throw line, and they just got more aggressive in challenging that zone and trying to penetrate the inside, and that's one of the big adjustments Jeff made in the second half. Brady with 18. That gives him 36 points in his 2 games this week. He had 17 on Tuesday night against Jackson Christian. And again, they work the perimeter because they just can't get open on the inside. They go for the bomb. And that was a beautiful one by Kingston Words. But it's still a 10-point deficit and less than 3 minutes remaining. So the Bruins are trying to write the final chapter. They're not going to be in any hurry to get a basket unless they find somebody wide open. Stone Cipher just taking his time with it. Yeah, waving his hands underneath was Brady Smith, but they're just going to shave some time off. They've already taken 30 seconds off in this possession. And on the drive, that is going to send Mills Terry to the line. They're automatically in the double bonus regardless. And so Mills will have an opportunity to add a couple more. He has 7 tonight. His have been spread out all through the evening. But these Bruins have really shared the load tonight, and it's been a total team effort, and he gets the friendly bounce. 51-40. And they've cut it down to 2:28 to go in this one, and there's just not enough possessions left for a miracle comeback on the part of the Rebels. So it's a full 4-possession lead, and he's going to not pick it up because the clock won't start until he does. And Word's trying to go down and get the floater, and he does. That's what we're talking about. You have to play much faster trying to make this kind of comeback. And the Bruins are going to take as much time as they can off this clock. Almost stolen, and it is. That's one thing they didn't want to see. And taking it all the way down and breaking it up, that'll send to the free throw line Cannon. And they're down to 2:02 remaining. Each coach has 2 timeouts remaining. And Coach Cuvion has all his players huddled around him almost as if it is a timeout. So they're going to leave Cannon there alone at the line. And he was robbed. That cylinder just had a lid on it. And you can tell late in the game when you're trying to get a comeback going and you want to do it with the clock off, and something like that happens, it is so frustrating for any free throw shooter. Taking a lot of time on the line before he delivers and gets the second of the 2. And they're trying, it looked like they were trying a little bit of a half-court trap there, but nothing doing. Under 2 minutes. Bruins just trying to do everything they can to protect the basketball at this stage. Dangerous pass and a foul called, a pushing foul. So that will send for another 2 to the line, Wallace Driver. Wallace with 11 tonight. The Bruins hadn't shot a free throw until the 4th quarter, and this is going to be their 13th and 14th opportunities. Wallace was robbed. And checking back in is Nick Sfullin, the freshman. And this is one of those games without transition basketball, and we had some steals early in the game that opened it up a bit, but without a lot of transition basketball, you don't get a real flurry and a real loud crowd coming out of this one unless somebody hits a three. Almost a steal. Quick hands of Wallace Driver. Fall away jumper is there. So Ramsey connects. They have closed it to within 8. But again, without full court pressure with everybody, it's just hard to force a turnover. Now they're going to double team the ball. Inside, underneath, easy. Raleigh Seals. They came up and tried to get pressure on the ball, and when they did that, that left Raleigh Seals wide open, and that one definitely puts the exclamation point on it. Timeout called by Tipton Rosemark. We'll be back to wrap it up with the final minute after this.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
.62 ticks left on the clock. Bruins up by 10. And it is really just a matter of how it is going to be the final score wrap up on this one, because this one's in the books for USJ. Now, Words is one who will pull up and try a bomb, and he's an excellent ball handler, but he went right. He had no idea where he was. He was looking to try to get it over in the corner to Ramsey and just hit the line with it. So that is turnover number 19. Again, great defense. Now they're bringing everybody up. I wonder why they didn't do that earlier on the inbounds plays. Perhaps they were worried that they were going to leave Raleigh Seals wide open, just like he is right there, and it dropped. So Raleigh delivers to get it to 8. Big three from the corner for Cannon, so they'll take another timeout. We'll keep it right here this time rather than taking a break. 57-48. And the big category in this game, again, 19 turnovers committed by Tipton Rosemark, leading to 17 points for the Bruins. And with a 9-point lead, they have really made the most of every one of those. And in the game tonight, it has been another Brady Smith evening with 19 points. He only had 6 at halftime, and the Bruins were only on top 24-20. But this is one that I think you have to give the defense the huge credit in this game for the kind of surgical play they've had against the Rebels tonight, because it has been possession after possession. And when you force 19 turnovers, but it's so many times that they have been unable to get inside the paint. All right, they're bringing everybody up on defense in this stack formation. And here they come. They're double teaming the ball. And that one is one of those to start the foul fest as Cannon commits. So we still may be here a while, folks, with 29 seconds remaining because every one of these is going to send the Bruins to the line for 2. Brady Smith, if he hits one here, he'll have 20 for the night. And he indeed does. So Brady, again, delivers as he is. If they said Stetson Bennett has been the mailman for the University of Georgia, he's at least the UPS man for USJ is Brady Smith, and he's got it. 21 for Brady, and it's back to the 11-point lead. They're going to, and that one was beautifully blocked by Brady Smith on that. That is the second 3-point block of the evening. So just a shade more than 25 seconds remaining. And Mona Miller is coming over to discuss something. I think there is a clock issue here. Yeah, one of the clocks says 15.6 seconds remaining. The other one said 7.4, so they got to synchronize these things and not confuse everybody. But it does happen. We've had situations where when I've been calling Union University basketball, you've had one of the clocks to completely go out. And it's not an even playing field with that, because what happens is if you're one of the teams that can't see the game clock at the opposite end, then, here you go. Well, they're going to go with this one clock down at the opposite, but they're still saying, okay, the other clock now says 26.2 seconds remaining. So they haven't been able to get these in sync. I guess they're going to go to the one that's nearest us. Yeah, they're using the one that had 26 seconds remaining. Big, long bomb. That one was short. And Raleigh they were all over him, but they didn't call the foul. And they're going to skate this one out. And the Bruins will take home a 59-48 victory over the Tipton Rosemark Rebels. And it has been another good week for the Bruins on their home floor. We're going to take a 4-minute break, and then we'll come back and give you the final stats. So stay with us, everybody.
At McCoy's Heating and Air, our #1 priority is keeping you and your loved ones cozy this holiday season. If your HVAC system needs an upgrade, call McCoy's for quick, quality installation. Don't wait. With the purchase of your new unit, you will receive our Keep Cozy gift bag filled with cozy essentials for the cold weather ahead. To schedule your system upgrade, call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com. McCoy's Heating and Air, Jackson's most trusted team of technicians.
This is how we Friday night. How do you Friday night?
This is how we Friday night. This is how we Friday night.
This is how we Friday night.
No matter how you Friday night, you always win at Kaufman's.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson. Serving the Jackson area for over 20 years. Carlock Automotive, Van Drive, Jackson.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, round recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660 1052.
For anyone contemplating pre-planning, we can tell you from our experience, it's much easier to make funeral plans and record them now than wait until emotions are running at their highest.
With pre-planning, you can free your mind and heart from having to make big decisions during a time of grief and instead enjoy the freedom to focus on the memories of a life well lived.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Hey, this is Chuck Walker with Southeastern Termite and Pest Control. If you live in West Tennessee, you have a need for the services we offer. We treat for all types of pests, including bed bugs, brown recluse spiders, and other hard-to-treat pests. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars to encapsulate a crawl space. Give us a call to hear how to achieve the same thing and save thousands. Southeastern Termite and Pest Control can handle all of your termite and pest control needs, wood fungus and moisture barriers, real estate closing letters, and so much more. Southeastern, 731-660-1052.
Happy homecoming night indeed. It is at University of School of Jackson as the Bruins and Lady Bruins have swept another doubleheader. Lady Bruins 66-18 in their game, in which it was never even a question, and just a dominant performance across the board as they scored 45 points off 36 turnovers that they forced against the Tipton Rosemark Lady Rebels. Well, let's break down this boys game that we just wound up with, in which the Bruins took it by 12 at 62-50. Let's give you the final rundown on all of this. For field goals, it was a 47% night for USJ to 50% for Tipton Rosemark, but that's a little deceptive. It's because Tipton Rosemark just simply did not put the ball up nearly as many times. They only had 26 shots in the entire game. They hit 13 of them. But it just simply was not one of those games where the shooting percentage really tells the tale, because the Bruins were just able to get the ball to the basket a lot more often. Three-pointers, the Bruins 38%. But again, this is a deceptive category as well because of the number of threes that they put in during the game tonight. You look at Brady Smith, who had 4, and Wallace Driver, who had 3. And all the way down the line, they just were able to deliver more on that. There was only, on the part of the, and I'm looking back as I'm trying to get this totaled right here, the 57% total, they only shot 7 and got 4 out of that total tonight. And so that's one reason why they are so far ahead. Sometimes percentages can be deceptive. But free throws, and the Bruins, as I said, did not shoot a free throw until the fourth quarter, but they were all over it with 80% from the line. That's probably a season high for them, only 57% for the Rebels. Rebounding, 20-15, the edge went to Tipton Rosemark, but that's because there was so much more that the Bruins were doing with the basketball, so rebounds didn't really make that big of a factor tonight. Here is where the huge factor was. In turnovers, 19 turnovers forced against the Rebels. The Bruins only committed 5 the entire game, and look at this number. The Bruins picked up 17 points off turnovers, and Tipton Rosemark none off the Bruins. So the mistakes the Bruins made, which were few, only 5, led to no points for the opposition. And that is where good defense and that strong zone defense was making the huge difference tonight. Let me give you the scoring really quickly here for the Bruins. 8 points for Raleigh Seals, 8 for Owen Stonecipher. You had 9 for Mills Terry. And then here you go, the big guns. Wallace Driver with 11, but I got to give Wallace some additional credit on this. And I think probably I miscounted it. Yeah, he got one more on there than we thought. Wallace had 12 tonight. But in looking at everything that he did with the ball, he was just a master ball handler. He was a quarterback directing his team on the floor. He just did a brilliant job as the point guard tonight, and I think he needs to get some extra credit for that. Brady Smith, though, this is the guy, as I said, if Stetson Bennett is the mailman for the national champions, Brady has to be the UPS man for USJ. 21 points he had in tonight's game, including 4 3-pointers. He had actually 15 of his 21 points in the second half. He had 2 3-pointers in the third quarter, and he was 5 of 6 from the free throw line in the fourth quarter, and just did a tremendous job all the way across the board. Added 5 rebounds, and so because of that, Brady is going to be our BallGame Blitz Sports Network player of the game, and our congratulations to him and to all of the Bruins on another brilliant job tonight. And I know everybody goes home happy, and then next week we'll be back here for another couple here featuring the Bruins, and I hope that you folks will all be with us. I'm going to show you right now all of our crew who has been so important to tonight's telecast. It's been produced by Stephanie Janda, and you can see who the director and the camera operators are. And, of course, the head of the trucking company, our executive producer of Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Sports Network, and that is the one and only Paul Schultze. So until we're with you for our next outing right here from USJ Gym, this is Steve Beverly saying, thanks for being with us, and so long from the great hub city of West Tennessee.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.